early on in pruning of 20,000 vines 2 months ago, and this is basically it, right?
Yeah, we just finished yesterday, actually.
Wow.
Number 20,000.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Feels good.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Now on to the next thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, now that they don't have anything else to do. So where are we at now?
So now these are pruned. So you can see last time it was kind of a mess. Now they're pruned down to what we basically are going to use this year. So we're actually going to use only 2 of these, and we leave 3 just in case one breaks while we're tying it.
Gotcha.
And so that it gives us a couple options basically when we're tying down. So that's what we call this, cane tying or tying down. So this bottom wire here, this is called our fruiting wire.
Okay.
So what we're doing is basically picking 2 of these canes, wrapping them around the fruiting wire, and that's going to be kind of our start for the season. So you can see here I got 2 trunks. I want to basically pick 1 cane per trunk.
Okay.
I like this one. And you're a couple things that go into the decision. One is the thickness of the wood, so it should be about pencil thick. You can see these are all nice thickness. And also the second thing is where they start. So you can't start a cane above the fruiting wire because then you don't have any buds for next year. You have to actually think 2 years ahead.
Interesting.
So I'm picking this one because it starts in a nice low spot and it's a good thickness level. And so we're basically just going to kind of work our way onto this bottom wire. And grapevines are vines, so they want to hold on to something. They grow these little tendrils throughout the year, and so they want to basically grab on.
Lock in.
All we're doing is just a very gentle twist.
You're leading them, and then they'll do the rest.
Exactly. So you can see that wants to stay there, and then we use just a tiny little rubber band tie, and that's just going to kind of anchor the tip onto the wire, so that if it gets windy or something, it doesn't unwrap. So we've got one in there.
So it's a real sign of spring too that these are so much more pliant now, right?
Yeah. So last time they were like a little bit brittle and
really
cracking.
Really,
So you can feel these actually now. They bend.
So you know there's the water is really returning to the vine.
And you'll actually see it off the tip. There'll be little drops of water, and that's actually the vine waking up from the spring. The roots are absorbing water now. It's sort of like pushing everything. Yeah, exactly. Pushing everything out. That capillary action.
Yep.
So we're just doing the same thing here.
We're talking science again.
I know, sorry, nerdy terms, I can't help it.
Do not be sorry.
So we're just wrapping that one there. We're going to tie this off here. And then if we need to adjust the length on them, we can just always clip them a little bit.
Because you want to keep them within the...
Exactly, and anytime we prune something, we always make a 45-degree angle, and this is good even for people at home pruning apple trees or anything. If you're cutting the tip of something, you never want to cut it flat, because what that does is the water droplet actually sits there, and that can promote fungus to grow. If you cut it on a 45, it actually promotes the water to kind of wick away from it, and it drops off, and then you get a cleaner cut.
Good to know, really good to know.
So we've got 2 down, we don't need this 3rd one, so we're actually just going to clip this off. And then that's basically where we're starting.
And when this dries up a bit, then you're going to come and basically grind these up, mulch them into the...
Yeah, so this is really good natural fertilizer. It has all the nutrients that the vine needed to grow that wood, so we're basically just going to recycle that. We're going to come in with a mower, chop that back up, let those nutrients go back into our ground, and then they're going to reuse it for the next year's wood. So you can see what we're starting with here is all of our buds are starting in this kind of same horizontal line.
Right.
Each of these is a bud. So when they start to emerge, what we have is kind of a nice consistent growing space, and they all start to grow up. Throughout the season, we use this system of wires, catch wires and fixed wires, to basically train those shoots to grow up through the wires, and so they create that nice thin canopy that we had at the end of the summer. And that's why we want to start this all here. The grapes actually only emerge on the first like 6 inches of growth from the shoots. So that's why we start them all in this horizontal line. Because once, the shoot will go all the way up to the top and actually keep going. We'll actually have to cut it, but the grapes will only be in the first 6 inches. So we have this really nice fruiting zone. Makes it easier to harvest, right? Instead of going up and down and up and down. And it also allows us to do things like leaf pulling, where we can open up the canopy a little bit and give a little bit more air and sunlight. Yeah, you gotta be really reactive. And honestly, you do have to listen to the plants. Plants have energy, and they have a means of reacting to their environment. And I'm not talking about like hippie energy. I'm talking about like science energy. Right. And they might not have a brain, but they do react to sunlight. They do react to water. And so part of my job as a grower is to listen to those things, be tuned into them, and react to them. And so just basically hear what the plant needs and give it that.